Imagine a crowded hall in 19th century America. Gas lamps glow above wooden benches. The air is warm and heavy. Men in dark coats and women in long dresses fill every seat. Some hold holy books close to their hearts. Some whisper short prayers. Some look toward the stage with fear and curiosity. They are used to hearing preachers. They are used to hearing threats of eternal fire. They are used to hearing promises of eternal reward. They are used to voices that say, "Believe first and do not question." Tonight a different voice is coming. A man walks slowly toward the front. He carries no sacred book. He carries only a few sheets of paper. He carries the confidence of his own mind. He stands at the lectern. He looks at the crowd. He smiles with calm courage. His name is Robert Green Ingersoll. History will remember him as the Great Agnostic. Section 1. Childhood in the shadow of the pulpit. Robert Green Ingersoll was born in 1833. In Dresden, New York near Seneca Lake. His father John Ingersoll was a Congregationalist minister. Serious, principled, and often in conflict with his own congregations. His mother Mary Livingston Ingersoll died when Robert was still a child. Because of his father's disputes with church authorities, the family moved again and again. New York, Ohio, Kentucky, Illinois, Wisconsin, new town, new pulpit, new tension. It was a restless and often difficult childhood. From the pulpit Robert heard sermons about sin and punishment. He heard about a God who could condemn unbelief forever. Instead of creating deep faith, these messages planted deep questions. He heard ministers describe a narrow road to salvation, and a wide road to eternal suffering. He heard of infants lost without baptism. He heard of doubts punished without mercy. As a child he compared the harsh God of the sermons with the better, kinder people he knew. That comparison opened a crack in the wall of fear. Through that crack reason began to enter. Section 2. Self-educated mind, self-made man. Ingersoll did not enjoy long stable schooling. Formal education was irregular. He became largely self-educated. He read law books. He read history. He read poetry. He read the works of Thomas Paine. He read the works of Robert Burns. He read the works of William Shakespeare. He worked in a lawyer's office with a good library. There he read late into the night, teaching himself from the shelves. He did not inherit wealth. He did not inherit power. He built his mind with books. He built his future with work. In 1854 in Illinois, he was admitted to the bar as a lawyer. He and his brother Aben opened a law practice. He quickly gained a reputation as a gifted trial lawyer. Sharp in cross-examination, powerful in closing arguments, able to speak so that ordinary people understood. The courtroom became his first great stage. There he learned how to build an argument, how to expose weak claims, how to move a jury with logic and emotion together. Section 3. The Civil War and the Colonel. When the American Civil War began in 1861, Ingersoll supported the Union. He helped raise and equip the 11th Illinois Cavalry Regiment. He was commissioned as its colonel. He was not only a thinker. He was willing to fight for the unity of his country and against the system of slavery. In December 1862, during a Confederate raid near Lexington, Tennessee, he and many of his men were captured. He was paroled and later resigned his commission. He returned to the practice of law. The war left deep marks on him. He had seen what happens when human beings are treated as property. He had seen the cost of fanaticism and division. After the war, his speeches against slavery and racism carried the weight of someone who had seen the battlefield, not just the library. Section 4. Lawyer, attorney, general, political orator. Back in Illinois, Ingersoll returned to law. His skill in court and his charm in conversation made him one of the most respected lawyers in the state. From 1867 to 1869, he served as Attorney General of Illinois. He joined the Republican Party, the party of Lincoln and the Union in that era. He became famous as a political orator. At Republican conventions, his speeches lit up the halls. He could praise a candidate, defend a policy, and entertain a crowd in the same hour. Yet despite his talent and loyalty, he never reached the high national offices he might have gained. His open criticism of Orthodox religion made party leaders nervous. They admired his voice but feared his ideas. He paid a political price for his honesty about faith. Section 5. Why the Great Agnostic? Ingersoll. He called himself an agnostic. For him, agnosticism was not laziness. It was not indifference. It was a position of intellectual honesty. He argued that no one can prove with absolute certainty that a God exists. He argued that no one can prove with absolute certainty that no God exists. To claim certainty without evidence is to pretend to know what no human being can know. So he chose the word agnostic, a meaning without, gnosis meaning knowledge. He said we do not know, and we should not pretend that we do. For Ingersoll, agnosticism was courage. The courage to say I do not know, instead of repeating what others demanded he say. Because he defended this honest doubt so powerfully, people began to call him the Great Agnostic. The name stayed. Section 6. Critic of the Bible. One of the most controversial parts of Ingersoll's work was his criticism of the Bible. He read it carefully, not as a believer, but as a lawyer and a historian. He pointed out contradictions between different books. He highlighted stories that seemed cruel or unjust. Stories of mass killings. Stories of slavery. Stories of punishments that no longer fit our sense of justice. He asked, if this book is perfect, why does it defend slavery in some passages? If this book is purely moral, why does it contain commands we now reject as cruel? If this book is divine, why does it reflect the culture and ignorance of ancient times? He did not deny that the Bible contains poetry and wisdom, but he denied that it is flawless. He refused to accept the idea that any book is beyond question. Section 7. Dogma as a chain. For Ingersoll, the real enemy was not any single religion, but dogma itself. Dogma is belief that refuses to be examined. Dogma says, this is true because we say so. Do not ask why. Do not ask how. Do not ask for evidence. Dogma demands obedience, not understanding. Dogma demands silence, not questions. Dogma uses fear to protect itself from criticism. Ingersoll believed that a belief that cannot survive a question does not deserve to rule a mind. He urged people to break the chains of inherited belief. He did not ask them to hate their traditions. He asked them to test their traditions. Section 8. Morality without hellfire. Ingersoll rejected the idea that morality depends on fear of hell or hope of heaven. He believed that morality comes from human experience and empathy. Every person knows what it feels like to suffer. Every person knows what it feels like to be treated kindly. From this simple fact he built a moral principle. Do not cause the pain you would not want to suffer. Protect the happiness you would want for yourself. He argued that people can be good because they care about each other, not because they fear eternal punishment. Section 9. Science, reason, and the natural world. Ingersoll lived in a time when science was changing the way people saw the universe. Geology showed that the Earth is far older than literal readings of holy texts. Biology, especially the work of Darwin, suggested that life evolved over long ages. Astronomy revealed a vast universe far beyond ancient imagination. Ingersoll welcomed these discoveries. He did not see science as an enemy of meaning. He saw it as a path to honest wonder. He believed that claims about reality must be tested. He believed that explanations should be based on evidence, not on fear, not on tradition, not on wishful thinking. Section 10. Church, state, and freedom. Ingersoll strongly defended the separation of church and state. He believed that no religion should control the government. He believed that no government should force religious belief or punish disbelief. He argued that laws should be based on reason and human welfare, not on sacred texts. He opposed blasphemy laws that punished people for criticizing religion. He believed that ideas, even sacred ideas, must be open to challenge. Section 11. Women rights and human dignity. Ingersoll supported women's rights at a time when many did not. He believed that women should have the same legal and social rights as men. He criticized religious teachings that treated women as inferior. He supported civil rights for formerly enslaved people. He spoke against racism. He honored black leaders who fought for equality. He believed that every human being deserves dignity and freedom. Section 12. The style of his voice. Ingersoll was warm, witty, and often very funny. He used stories and vivid images. He could make a crowd laugh loudly, then fall silent with one serious line. He understood rhythm and timing. He knew when to speak softly, When to pause, when to strike hard. Even his opponents admitted that he was one of the greatest orators of his age. Section 13. The cost of speaking freely. Ingersoll's honesty had a price. His criticism of religion closed political doors. He was attacked in religious newspapers. He was accused of destroying morality. Even though he defended ethics based on empathy and responsibility, he could have chosen silence. He refused. Section 14. Books, lectures and writings. Many of his lectures were printed as pamphlets and books. His most famous works include The Gods, Some Mistakes of Moses, Why I Am an Agnostic. In these works he argued that gods are created by human imagination, that the Bible is a human book with human errors, and that agnosticism is an honest response to an uncertain universe. Section 15. The end of his life. Robert Green Ingersoll died on July 21, 1899, in Dobbs Ferry, New York. He was 65 years old. His name slowly faded from everyday memory, but his influence did not disappear. Section 16. Legacy in the modern world. Today, when people defend secularism, when they defend humanism, when they defend freedom of thought, they walk on a path that Ingersoll helped to clear. Modern freethinkers still draw strength from his courage. They see in him a model of honesty and clarity. Section 17. Closing the inner voice. Now return to the hall where we began. The lamps still glow. The crowd still waits. Ingersoll still stands at the lectern. But now shift the scene to your own life. You are not in a 19th century hall. You are in your room, on a street, on a bus, with a phone in your hand, and a world of voices in your ears. Some voices say do not question. Some say doubt is dangerous. Some say obey first, think later. But there is another voice, a quieter voice, your own voice, the voice that asks, is this true? Where is the evidence? Does this belief make people kinder or more cruel? Robert Ingersoll lived his life for that inner voice. He did not claim to have all answers. He claimed that every human being has the right to think, to question, to doubt, to seek truth without fear. The moment you choose reason over fear, honesty over pretense, and compassion over blind obedience, you step onto the same road Ingersoll walked. On that road, you become your own guide, your own strength, your own truth.